Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Apollo.io to find qualified leads, build a targeted prospect list, and use that list to book more sales calls for your business. I work specifically with recruitment agencies, so if you're a recruitment agency or you're doing lead generation for recruitment agencies, this is one of the easiest ways to find the exact decision makers you want basically to reach out to. The reason that Apollo is so useful is because it lets you search for people based on their job title, company, location, industry, employee size, and keywords. So instead of guessing who to contact, you can build a very specific list of people who actually fit your ICP. Let's get right into the pricing to start out. So there's the free plan, which is what I'm on. There's a lot of different features to Apollo that I don't use. So me personally, I'm just on the free plan. They have a basic, professional, and an organization plan. And basically just the credits and all the different features is what makes up the different plans. Now, once you're inside Apollo, the main section you want to focus on is the people search. So I'd go right over here. Click on people. Apollo has a lot of features, but for lead generation, the two main areas that matter are the people filters and the company filters, right? You see the company filters right under it. People filters help you find the decision makers. Company filters help you make sure those decision makers work at the right type of company. This example, we're targeting recruitment agencies. The first filter, I'll use job title, right? As you can see here, we have the founder, CEO, owner, managing director, co-founder, recruitment director, all those kinds of things. And then there's the exclude titles, which is just as important as having the job titles in there because we don't want to be reaching out to the consultants, recruiters, and the coaches, right? But yeah, these are basically right here. These are the people that are who care about getting more clients and booking more sales calls. Next would be the location filter. So cold email, I like focusing on the big English speaking markets. So that would be the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. But this one, I think, yeah, we're missing Canada out of these four right here. The fifth one would be Canada. Yeah, that's very important right there. The next one would be the company size filter. This is important because you don't want target companies that are too small or too big. For recruitment agencies, I usually start around companies that have around 2 to 50 employees or maybe 11 to 100, depending on the offer right here. But if you press the drop down, you can see all the different numbers they have there. Smaller agencies usually need more clients, but larger agencies may have bigger budgets. So now the most important filter is the industry and keyword filter. A lot of people mess this part up. Instead of using Apollo's built-in industry categories, I use keywords. For recruitment agencies, I'd include keywords like recruitment, staffing, recruiting agencies, obviously, employment agency, search firm, executive search, things like that. And then just like job titles, the keywords have exclude company keywords, things like SaaS, marketing, ads, because these are not keywords that you want in there. This helps clean up your list. The reason for that is simple. You don't want recruitment software companies, and you also don't want marketing agencies that work with recruiters. You don't want coaches teaching people how to recruit. You want actual recruitment agencies. After you add your include and exclude keywords, just look through the results on the right. Just make sure that you have all the right companies showing up here. So obviously this one is a recruitment agency. The name is GHS Recruiting in Cleveland, Ohio. I'll show you the founding year, the number of employees. Right here is the keywords. So you drop down, and this is why this is important, because obviously this was what makes up the search, and this is basically how you get your results. You have the links down here, the Facebook, the Twitter, LinkedIn, and then their website right here. So yeah, it's very good for doing research and really getting a deep dive on your leads before you actually launch your campaign or reach out to people. So just don't assume the list is perfect, right? You want to go in there, click in there, make sure you have all the right stuff. And if you see anything that you don't like in there, you could just add it to the exclude keywords. That's how you tighten your list. So once your filters are set up correctly, Apollo will give you a list of potential leads. You'll be able to see their name, title, company, location, LinkedIn, and sometimes their email, right? Now, before you export anything, make sure the list actually makes sense. So the goal is not to get the biggest list possible. The goal is to get the cleanest list possible. All right. So a smaller list with the right a smaller list of the right people is way better than a huge list full of bad leads. But once you have your list, you can save it inside Apollo, or you could export it, whether you're using Apollo or you are using something else. Me personally, I use something called Leads Friday. So that's what I have over here. But before we go over there, I'm just going to show you guys kind of that Apollo does have these other features. So you have here the sequences, emails, things like that. So yeah, you could get into all of that. But me personally, for my email campaigns, I use something called smartlead.ai. That'll be covered in another video, but in this one, I'll be showing you guys what Leads Friday looks like. So yeah, once we have all of this set up, you can see the total right here is about 66. And the reason that I use Leads Friday and not Apollo is because of the pricing, basically the pricing convenience. So when we're back at the plans, this is where the credits will make sense to you. So for the basic plan, you got 30,000 credits, right? So that would be about 30,000 leads. And so that basic plan for $49 a month wouldn't even be able to scrape that entire leads list, right? And so that goes down all the way down the list. Right here, you got 48,000, 72,000, but you're paying quite a bit. That's about 1,200 at the end of the year, and just to scrape just barely that leads list right there. So on Leads Friday, we're going to jump right over here. They've got pricing is at $3 per 1,000 leads. So that's a lot better pricing. You can see it right there. It says $3 per 1,000 leads, and then it'll charge you an extra $1 to verify it. So it'll be basically $4 per 1,000 leads. But still overall better pricing. So the way that we would export it, first thing you would do is you would go and buy credits. Obviously, I'm not going to buy credits. This is just an example video. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. So $1 per credit. So you just go in here, and the first time that I did this, I bought 80 credits. So it'd be $80 for 80 credits. And just to put that in perspective, it gave me about 20,000 leads for $80. So that's a lot better pricing than Apollo would be. So coming back over here, this is how we would, let me go back to this. This is how we would export it using Leads Friday. So at the top, I would copy this URL. After you buy your credits, which I'm not gonna do just for the purpose of this video, and you go down here to Apollo Scraper, you press Get Leads, and that URL that I just copied, I would paste it right here. I'll put a file name, whatever it is, and then the amount of leads that you want. All right. And then verify, you press yes. And then this is the very important part right here. This is where you kind of want to have all of your keywords and your filters from Apollo. So this, for example, I would copy this and I'll just paste it right in there. And so this is the filter notes, right? So it's all of the filters that you made in Apollo. You take them, the job titles, the exclude titles, the location. You take them and you go down the list of everything that we covered, and you would just paste it in here, so on and so forth. The industry keywords, exclude company keywords. You copy it and you would paste it. And then once you're done doing all that, you press submit request. It's not going to work for me because I didn't buy any credits. But you press that, it's going to take you to your final page. And then it's going to have you, it's going to say submit. And then it's basically going to take about 24 hours. And then after that, you'll get a CSV file. When you first get that CSV file, it's going to look a mess. It's going to just show all the companies, and basically your entire leads list is going to show all this random bull crap on there. This is essentially what it looks like after you organize it. This is what matters. This is what you're going to keep on there. You're going to keep the first name. You're going to keep their last name, the title, the company name for emails. So this is like their website, but without the .com. So this is like when you email them, you say, "Hello, David. I saw you were the CEO of Inicio Group." You don't say IncionioGroup.com, right? You just say the company name for emails. So that's what that is. And this is their email. This is the verification one. So verified or wasn't. This is the phone number. Some of them have them, some don't. Most of them do. This is their personal LinkedIn URL. This is their website. And then it has the city. So Dallas, state, Texas, country, United States. All right. Or Manchester, England. These are all of the spreadsheet filters here that matter. So when you first get it, it won't look like this. You're going to have to delete everything until you are left with these. And then I will also going over how to organize. And so, yeah, that is that. That's essentially how that works. And if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. And I'll be going over different videos. So I hope this helped. And thank you for watching.